friend, John MacLennan here, and in this video you're going to learn the classic guitar intro to Dream On as recorded by Aerosmith on guitar. Now this is an awesome guitar part that sounds very much like a keyboard part but played on guitar. And if you've never used a technique called hybrid picking, it's a great song to get started with that. But of course you could just play this with a pick as well. You could also play it without a pick with just your fingers. I'm going to break it all down for you note for note, just like the recording. But before we dive in, I want to hook you up with a gift right away. If you haven't downloaded my fretboard guide yet, you've got to do it at the first link down below. And this is going to show you the 5 must-know chords and scales to play in any style, anywhere on the neck. And this is a system that I use for playing basically anything, whether I'm playing a rhythm part or doing a cool lead like I just did at the top of this video, working my way from the top of the neck, all the way down and then back up again. And this is going to help you connect all of that. And I want to give it to you completely for free. Just go to johnmaclennan.com/fretboardguide or use the first link down below to grab your copy. All right, well, with that said, let's break down this song. Let's break down how to play this classic guitar intro to Dream On as recorded by Aerosmith. We're going to start out on a little F minor triad, and the first 4 bars go like this. 3, 4, and... Alright, so this is all happening on the top 3 strings here. And we're going to start out on this F minor triad. You want to put your middle finger on the 5th fret of the 3rd string. Then put your ring finger on the 6th fret of the 2nd string. And then your index finger on the 4th fret of the 1st string. So that should give you this chord, which looks like a D minor. If you have played your open position D minor, we're just going to shift that up. Now the trick is with this is we're going to play the top 2 strings, so strings 2 and 1, and then we're going to play the 3rd string, and we're going to alternate those. So 2 together, then the 3rd string like this. And we're going to do that in an 8th note rhythm, so we'd count it like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... Now you can do that all with your pick, or you could also use this technique, which I like using a lot. It's called hybrid picking. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my pick on the 2nd string here. Then I'm going to use my middle finger of my finger picking hand, or my strum hand here, and I'm going to play the 1st string. So I'm going to pinch. Basically, I'm going to get a pinch. So I'm going to pluck with my pick and then pull with my middle finger, and I'll get the sound of both of those notes happening at the same time, as opposed to this. See? And that sounds a little bit more like a piano to me, so you can go. And that gives a cool effect. Or, of course, just use a pick if that's easier for you. That sounds great as well. So that's this technique that we're going to use to play this. And then from there, we're going to shift between some different shapes. So we're starting on that F minor. Then we go to this next shape where we line up our fingers. Starting on the 3rd fret of the 1st string, we're going to play 3, 4, and 5. Just all in a row like that. We'll do the same technique with the strum hand, so. Then we're going to switch. Our index finger is going to come up 1 string, and our middle finger is going to go down 1 string. And then we drop these 2 fingers down 1 string to the 2nd fret and the 3rd fret. Then we'll replace what was our ring finger here on the 5th fret of the 3rd string. That's now going to be our pinky finger. Now, it's a bit of a tough shape, especially keeping those fingers arched to make sure the notes ring out clean. But what a cool sound. And notice that this note stays constant in all of those chords. Okay, Okay, then we return back to the first shape. Then we add our pinky to the 6th fret. So now I've got 5, 6, and 6. So those two together there, then the 5th string, or the 5th fret on the 3rd string rather. Then slide up to this shape, which is 5 on the 3rd string. Again, always keeping that note constant. Then 6 and 8. Then there we let the top notes ring out. So we go 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and. So the second half goes. Then all together. Then restart. Okay, now here, instead of going like we did the first time, we're gonna go. Okay, so that starts the same way with 6 and 8 here, and then coming back down to that 5th fret on the 3rd string. Then go 6 and 6 on the top 2 strings, then 6 and 4. So basically, we're getting that little melody. Okay, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and then back up to 6 and 6. And rhythmically, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then we go. I love this part. So this goes up to just 2 notes here. I'm playing the 9th fret and the 8th fret on the top 2 strings. Play that twice, 2 quarter notes, 1 and 2 and then 3 and 4 and. Now here we just go to a double stop on the same fret, so 8 and 8 and 6 and 6. I'll just use one finger to do a little bar. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then we start this single note line that goes. So all of this leading up into that line sounds like this. 3, 4, and. Half note, restart. All right, let's break down this run next. After those double stops, we go to the 6th fret on the 3rd string, and we're gonna alternate between 6 and 5 like this. That's just a full measure using 8th notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then we do some 16th notes with some slides and some hammer-ons and pull-offs. We're gonna go. Okay, so that's 6 to 5 to 3. Now what I'm doing there is a pull-off to a slide. Okay, then I move back up, but I pluck the 5th fret and hammer to 6. So it's. Okay, 6, 5, slide, move back up, 5, 6. Then we go to the 2nd string and climb up. Okay, this is 5, 6 to 8. And what I'm doing is a hammer on to a slide, then hammer on, slide, hammer on, slide. So from the top of this run, now when we get up to 11, then we do this sequence back down using hammer-ons and pull-offs. Okay, so what I'm doing is 9 to 11 and then back to 9. And then 8 to 9 to 8. 6 to 8 to 6. 4 to 6 to 4. So then we end with 2, slide down to 1, and then slide all the way up to 13. That's basically up the octave. It's this note, just 12 frets higher. But you do all one slide here. So you pluck, slide, slide. Okay, so walking down. And with the eighth notes leading into it, 3 and 4 and. All right, let's put it all together. Get ready, I'll count you in. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Congrats on making it through this classic guitar intro to Dream On as recorded by Aerosmith. Be sure to take your time with those shapes. There's definitely some interesting stretches in there, and keeping your fingers on the tips and having the notes ring out is really key, but it's also pretty difficult. So take your time with this one. And if you would like to see more of an in-depth lesson of me going through the rest of the song, just like I did with this intro, leave a comment down below. Also, before you go, make sure to pick up my fretboard guide at the first link down below. And this is going to show you the 5 must-know chords and scales to play in any style, anywhere on the neck. And I want to give it to you completely for free. Just go to johnmaclennan.com/fretboard guide or use the first link down below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in another video real soon.